Welcome back to my nightmare. You ever have a thing where you have like this great idea that you're going to do this thing and you're like, this is awesome, I'm gonna do this thing. And then you whip out your camera and the minute you start recording what you were supposed to be doing, you've completely forgotten the thing that you were supposed to be doing. That's kind of where I'm at right now. So, how's it been? It's been a while, right? And I don't know how the sound is gonna work either because my phone has been acting really weird. So welcome back to my nightmare. A lot has changed. I know I've probably posted a couple videos by now. I filmed some and then just never posted them. So either by the time you're seeing this, I'll have posted them, or by the time you're seeing this, I will post them after. One way or the other, you're going to get some new videos from me because I did spend some of this summer filming. And I just thought this would be a great time to update you on where I've been. So as you know, we had some amazing plans for January, right after Vlogmas, and I got COVID. Trigger warning, this video may involve mentions of death or sickness. If that is not your jam, please come back later. Grab a snack on the way out. But yeah, I got COVID. I got COVID really badly, and my mom also got COVID. So while I had COVID and was sick, I was taking care of her. And while I could have gotten it anywhere, it seemed more likely that I got it from someone at work because the place that I was working at the time had really loose restrictions. Staff were coming to work sick, and I was out at the same time. 2 other staff members were out. So, and they had kind of gotten sick before I started showing symptoms. Like, it was a mess. Kind of blamed my job a little bit. And it ate up all of my PTO time, my paid time off, which was awful because in addition to going through COVID, I believe I've mentioned a couple of times, my grandmother has cancer. She's had cancer for the last 3 years. As someone who was really close to her, I think stepped in a little bit more than my siblings. So like if my mom needed a ride to see my grandmother or take her to a cancer treatment, we've taken her to surgeries. There's been a lot of time over the last 3 years that I've spent taking care of people. Not as much as like, I don't have like caretaker's fatigue or something. Like my grandfather lives with her and takes care of her. But there has been like large swatches of time where we've just been dealing with her deteriorating and being in and out of the hospital. And we've had the call so many times that you need to come now. She's not going to be here tomorrow call. Thankfully, she's been here. Like next day, she's been here. Sorry, I'm getting over something. So, okay. So we have my grandmother. So there was a couple days, that I ended up taking for that too. Just like, it was very emotionally stressful for me. I spent a lot of time with my grandmother when I was younger. I pretty much just lived at her house anytime we had like a vacation from school or, I loved her. Like I loved spending time with her. I loved going to her house, and I spent a lot of time there because we moved out to the country when I was a little bit older than my brothers. Like I was like 10 or 11. So a lot of my friends were still in the city, and I would just go stay with my grandmother and see my friends, and we were very close. So it's been hard. I mean, every death is hard. I'm not saying it's hard, and she's still hanging in there. She just had her 80th birthday, which was a good time, but also just a little bit sad because I'll get into that in a minute. Oh man, I've been gone for so long. So more stuff happened. I was in a show from February to May. I was in She Stoops to Conquer with Rockville Little Theater. And that was amazing. I actually got to play a guy, which, was very gender affirming. I was very excited about that. It gets sticky sometimes because like the character can be a binary character. Like I love to play women. Women are fun to play. I love to play men. Men are fun to play. But like, I think they still think that I'm either like, there's still a one or the other, not a whole spectrum, which is just interesting to learn about, and how like cisgendered people view the spectrum of gender. Like it's just been very interesting, and I had a lot of fun doing it. I was very proud of my man spread. Like, and actually that production, if you want to sit through 3 hours of 1700s language, That production is on YouTube, so you can actually see me in a play if you would like. So I was in a play, and then I was in a second show, kind of. I did like this Walking with Shakespeare thing with one of my friends, and we did a scene from The Tempest. And then I was in a murder mystery right after that. So I had rehearsals for Killigan's Island from, we did it through A Taste for Murder Productions at the Kentlands Mansion. I was in that. And so it's been a little bit of a jam-packed. It's been like, take care of grandma, rehearsal, take care of grandma. And in the middle of that, I also decided to start a pottery class. It's been a lot. I've been doing a lot that I'm not used to doing so much. So yes, that's what I've been up to. And I just thought it would be okay, like kind of neat to get on here and update you. Because like in that time period, I also had some work trouble. So like I said, my work, I used up all my PTO kind of taking care of my like grandma because we thought she was going to die, and going and being sick for COVID. They knew all of it. They knew all of the very good reasons I had for times that I had missed. But then they started to give me a little bit of flack for using up all my PTO, but then also needing time off. So needing unpaid time off. This all kind of came to a head a couple weeks ago when I ended up having to go home because I wasn't feeling well and it was an unpaid day. And then they took time I accrued after that to cover it. It was a whole thing. It was a whole big thing. And it wasn't great for my mental health. I have felt for a long time like I am completely just having a breakdown. Like I have told my therapist I'm having a complete breakdown. Like I'm not doing well. Editing Avery just to pop in to tell you. So I cut a part of this video out. Essentially what happened in March is I lost a friend to COVID, and I went on, this video was filmed a few weeks ago, and I went on to like talk about her and how losing her made me reevaluate, some of my morals and what I felt I should stand for. So there was context, but it's gone now. Back to the video. How are you? I'm doing great. But I have missed doing videos, so I actually had a long conversation with some of my theater friends about taking a slight break from auditioning for things because I really want to get back to doing the videos. But I think that we also have to have a very honest conversation about the future of this channel, because I don't know that I'm going to do a whole lot of crafting. I mean, I'm still going to do craft videos. And preface that. I am still going to do DIY videos because it's just a part of my personality and who I am. And when I know how to do something, I want to share it with you. I want to share it with everyone. I want everyone to know how I do the thing. So yeah, so I'm still going to do DIY videos. But second chapter of that and something I'm very excited about is I am going to start talking more about my writing process. If you are new to the channel, you may not know that I have a writing process, but I do have a writing process. So this starts back in the initial lockdown. When COVID first started really wrecking our world, I worked at a medical office. We were locked down. We weren't bringing anyone in. We were really looking after our staff. Our staff was the thing. Like, we wanted to protect us as well as them. We didn't want them spreading it. We didn't want to catch it. And I'm very grateful to that place that I worked for that particular thing. Were there other issues with that place? Yes. But there are issues with every job, you know? And I was grateful to them to have that like in place, that they were not putting their staff in danger. So during that time, I wanted to help out, but I was making like minimum wage. I was making not enough to live on. And then my hours got cut because obviously if the office isn't open because we're not bringing in patients, I'm only working 20 hours a week. I can't even pay my bills, right? So I can't even pay my bills. So I want to do something though, right? I want to do something. And I remembered that this is part of my problem with my brain. I'm going to be very honest with you about my psychology. Is I start going, if I die today, if I catch this disease and die, if I do this and die, what do I want to do? Like, what is the thing I can finish? And what do I want to leave behind? And I have several fan fictions I had started, and I was like, bet. In this lockdown, I'm going to finish these fan fictions. People will have something free to read and entertain themselves, and I will have left behind something tangible, like something I completed that other people will see and get enjoyment out of. It was like my charity cause. That's what I tell people. It's like, it was the way I thought I could help out. Like, people need to escape. I'm going to finish these fanfics that people have been waiting for. Literally, like, the first one started posting in like 2016, and I hadn't updated it since then. I was like, I'm going to finish this fan fiction, and that's it. It was very much, if I die, I want to leave this fan fiction as my legacy. So I finished it, and it was like really amazing. It was a really amazing sense of accomplishment because I had never finished anything in my life. And I finished it start to finish. It was done. It was good. And then I started writing more, and it turned out within like, from the time I started, like March of 2020 to like March of 2021, I ended up publishing, like self-publishing, like on Archive of Our Own, where you write fan fiction. I ended up with like, I think I added like 160, 170,000 words of fan fiction to my like account. Like, I had published that much. And I think by now, I think we're up to like 200,000 now. It's slowed down since everything's back to like working full time and us all being exhausted because we're still in a pandemic. But like, I really stopped and I looked at it and I was just like, I like to write. Like, I like to write. I love to make up stories. I love to research how to write stories. I love to plan stories. Writing is my thing, and it always has been. It's just, I assumed you couldn't make money doing it, so I never did it. There is a part 2 to that, and I will be back later for you going to get a second video. So I think that moving forward, I would like to let you in on a couple of secret projects I've been working on while I've been doing all these other things. I've been writing a series of books. Small town, queer romance. They're short because I don't write long books. I will get into that at another time. But I'm writing a series of queer romance books that are going to be published this summer through Amazon, because self-publishing is a very DIY way to do things. And that is my whole personality, is how can I do it without help? So I would like to take you a little bit further into that writing process and what that looks like, and get more into that, because that is something that brings me so much joy. And I would really just like to share the things that I learn with you about that. Writing is something I've done ever since I was little. When I was like 11, I have very vivid, my friend Dorothy does not watch my channel, but I have a very vivid memory of Dorothy's dad asking me like what I wanted to be when I grow up. And I was like, I'm going to be an author like Nora Roberts. And I have feelings about that as well. But ever since ever since I was little, I've always wanted to write, and I've always written fan fiction, and I've always I treat my fan fiction like it's a job, and I treat everything I do like it's a job. I'm very excited about the fact that I've been working so hard on this. I have been working so hard on this that I got a tablet, and I got a miniature keyboard for the tablet. And so I was taking my tablet and my keyboard to rehearsals with me. And in between times that I would be on stage, I was backstage writing. I was just like, for She Stoops to Conquer and for the murder mystery, I was just always writing. And I've been writing, and I take it to work with me. And during my 30-minute lunch break, I usually forget to eat because I'm writing. And that's what I want to do. And it's kind of like, it ties into like the intentions video I did, where I always said that the intention for this channel was just to have fun and not to make money. And that's still the intention of my sewing and the intention of this channel. But I have started a Patreon, or I'm starting a Patreon. And if it's up, the link will be in the description. And I am going to self-publish these books because that part of the journey means a lot to me, and it would mean a lot to me to be able to share that with you because I've done an awful lot of research. So that's where I've been. That's what you can expect. You can expect DIY tutorials, but also some writing tips and just general life musings and maybe some road trips because I did go to a really cool flea market. I think I've already shown you by the time this video comes out. But I'm very excited to share more with you. And if you like this video and you'd like to follow along on the journey now that I will be posting more regularly, please remember to subscribe, tell a friend, go outside, take a walk, get a snack, take care of yourself. I'll see you next time. Bye.